Hey everybody, it's hard to believe that it's time to plan for next year already, but we're going to talk about some strategies that I learned as a student basketball manager under the legendary coach Bob Knight to really help you have a successful year next year and well beyond. When you're thinking about planning for your business next year, you really have to concentrate on two things. First of all, what activities are you going to do? And then what are the right activities? And I separate those two because all the time we think that we're busy and we end up being busy throughout the year, but we're not as productive as we should be. And the reason for that is that we're not focusing in on the right activities that get the right result. One of the things that I learned as a student basketball manager was Coach Knight was just really detailed oriented in his preparation. That's no surprise to a lot of people. But every practice we had, we would go up and take stats on every possible setup for the team, whether they were playing against a 2-3 zone, against a man-to-man, all the different offensive sets that we had, we kept separate stat sheets. At the end of the day, we delivered about an inch thick of paper to Coach Knight and all the assistant coaches to take a look at where did we perform really well and where do we perform really poorly. That gave us an opportunity to work for the rest of the week in terms of improving those deficiencies, but it also gave us a lens into how well we would play the following week with that particular setup. But what's most important here is that we also filmed every practice. And so that when we would take a look at the statistics, Coach would figure out, okay, this is a really good number here. But then he would ask the question, why? Why did we have that good number there? And he would begin to look at the film. The way that applies to your business is that you have to understand all of your metrics and you have to understand them really well. How much do you make off of your A-level clients and your B-level clients? How much time and how much revenue do you generate every time that you see a client, every time that you pick up a phone call, every time that you create a plan? Then you need to be thinking about where can I generate more revenue through my existing clients as well as my prospective clients. So really get granular with your data just like Coach Knight did, and I think that you'll have a successful planning session for next year and then also set yourself up for great success in years beyond. As you look to expand your practice, you may find that you don't have expertise in a certain product line. Maybe you're trying to diversify your revenue streams to include insurance or annuities or long-term care, and you're really an asset manager, and that's perfectly fine, but it's a great opportunity to evaluate other talent. What's really important here is that you hire complementary talent. In other words, so many times when we think that we want to grow our business, we hire the same person because we've been successful in our business, but when we hire the same person, we don't diversify. What I would encourage everyone to do is to really take time and understand how you sell. Are you technical or are you emotional? And what is your client base like? Are they more emotional? One of the things that I found is that I was a very technical salesperson when I was in the field. Still had success and still made $1 Million Roundtable, but I had a hard time connecting with some people that sold or that purchased visually. So one of the things that I would encourage you to do is as you're looking to expand your practice and hire additional people, make sure that you hire complementary people. One of the things that I remember from a practice at Indiana was that Coach Knight really got after one of our guards when he passed the ball down into the low post. We have a 7-foot center and the person was about 10 feet away from the basket. That forced that center to take a couple dribbles before he got into his position. It wasn't the center's fault that he had a turnover because he had to dribble. It was the fault of the guard because he gave the ball to a person out of position. We need to make sure that we put our clients and the rest of our staff in a great position to have success. And the way that we do that is we make sure that we have complementary people around us. So go out and take a look at your skill set and wrap people around you that are complementary for you. Wayne Gretzky had one of the greatest quotes in hockey history. I think you need to take a look at that as you look at 2019 and beyond. We have some major changes going on in American demographics that are going to create a retirement gap. First of all, our savings rate continues to dwindle. In January, it was as low as 2%, but historically it's been as low as 5% over the last decade. Defined benefit plans continue to decrease as well, and we have a continued misuse of Social Security. What that all adds up to is that our clients need to be focused in on income and not so much assets. We have the largest transition from the workforce to retirement and will continue to be so in the next 12 years. So as you're looking to diversify your business, if you've been focused in on asset and asset growth over the last 10 to 15 years, great, but the reality is that the puck will be at the income portion of our clients' needs here very shortly, if not already. So talk to your clients about guaranteed income. Talk about them making sure that they're in a position where their income will not stop during their lifetime. Many of our clients will not know about guaranteed income. The fact is that comes from Social Security, comes from defined benefit plans, or commercially purchased annuities. Those are the only three sources of guaranteed income. So begin to educate your client about guaranteed income, and I think you'll put yourself in a great position for success, not only next year, but for the next decade to come. Well, I hope you enjoyed this month's topics about business planning. For more information, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Also follow me on Twitter at McGeeSpeaks, and feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I will give you a lot of more information about the retirement income planning space. Have a great day and good selling.